Friends, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I thought I would share with you some new roses that I added to my backyard. I've been kind of collecting a few roses this spring, and I just got around to planting them in my backyard, and I thought I would just share the new roses, the new additions in my garden, and share the varieties that I've added. So I thought I would make this quick little video and show you. For those of you who are joining me for the first time, my name is Preeti. I garden in Toronto, zones 6, sometimes 5 as well, depending on the weather and the winter we get. But most I garden a lot with perennials, and I love to share what I'm doing in my garden with all of you. And if you've already been following my channel, you know I love roses, and I have many in my garden, and I always look to add new varieties in my garden to test them out, to see how they're going to perform in my garden. And I just love the abundance of blooms they provide throughout the summer. Personally, I enjoy growing them. I know a lot of people are not into too much roses, but there are lots of modern varieties now that are disease resistant. They offer fragrance and just everything you would need a perennial or a shrub perennial to do for you in the garden. So let me just share with you the first rose that I added in my garden. So this is one that I have been wanting to add in my garden for a while now. I saw this last year, but I didn't get it. This one is called Sunbelt Soul Sister. So this is a Kordes rose. If you can see this image of it that's on the tag, it has beautiful apricot blooms, really full of petals, and I just love this one very much. So it has abundant attractive blooms, and it works well in hot climates. Let's see if it has more information on this tag. I left these tags on to share them with you, and then I will be removing them from these roses after I share this video with you. I just planted them last week, and I thought I would take you along for a little walk in my garden and share them with you. So the flowers are pink and light orange, so that it has a really nice pinky orange apricot color, and it loves full sun, it will get about 3 by 3 in size, 3 feet by 3 feet, and the scent is pretty moderate. So it has deep orange buds that open up to copper and age to amber yellow, and it's got double flowers and abundant blooms with ruffled petals, as well as basically it can be a specimen, or you can plant a drift of them, and it performs well in hot climates. So this is Sunbelt Soul Sister. No blooms yet, first year in my garden. We'll follow this one along and see how it does throughout the season. So that is the first rose that I added. The next set of roses I added were on this side of my back garden. So wait a second, look at these tulips though. Aren't they gorgeous? You know, every time I come into this garden to work on something, I am so amazed by all these tulips. They are so gorgeous. This one is a species tulip, and I don't know the variety on this one, but they are so gorgeous. I love it. I think this one is called Lilac Wonder. It's beautiful. So here is the rose that I added in the front over here. This one is called Just Joey. This is a English rose as well. It's a hybrid tea rose. It also has apricot blooms, and from what I heard about this one is it has really large blooms. So it is going to also get 4 by 4, 3 to 4 feet tall and wide. It has fluffy fragrance that carries in the breeze from large ruffled apricot blooms, and it's basically a beautiful show rose. So I'm really excited about this one as well. It has really nice healthy foliage, and we'll see how this one progresses. I can actually see a little bud developing here, so very excited to see what this is going to do. So what I also did was I added a couple of climbing roses on the side of the shed, and I'll share with you the varieties that I added. So the first one is called Galaway Bay. So this is a nice coral colored rose, as you can see in this picture. It also has a light fragrance. It'll get about 12 feet by 6. And yeah, I mean, these have a light fragrance, and these are this coral color, which I thought would look really nice against my turquoise shed. And I also added another one here called Zephrine Drouhin. So this one is got a strong fragrance and thornless stems, which I thought would be nice towards the front of the shed, so I'm not struggling with that. And this one here also has a nice pinkish pink, corally pink color. I think more pink than coral, which I think coral and pink together will look really nice. And then it has remained popular for more than a century, so it's a very popular rose. Old-fashioned blooms, thornless stems, and bourbon fragrance, and it produces an abundance of flowers reliably in spring and in fall. So it kind of reblooms, which is also cool. And then it gets about 8 to 10 feet tall, and really pretty pink blooms on this one. So these are the 2 climbing roses that I've added in my garden, Galaway Bay and Zephrine Drouhin. So I hope I'm saying that one properly, but any case, let's walk around and see what else was planted. I do have a few others that I planted, so let me just take you there and show you. Sorry, I'm trying to get out of that difficult spot beside my shed. Lots of plants there. So here is my garden, vegetable garden bed that I'm working on, but I did add a trellis on this side, and there are 2 roses that I planted here which were sitting in containers since early spring. So the first one is a David Austin rose. This one is called Crown Princess Margarita. Again, it has beautiful apricot blooms, and it is also got a moderate tea perfume. It will get about 6 feet tall and 3 feet wide, so I think for this trellis it will be perfect. And then it also is going to be really beautiful. It has these gorgeous double blooms which are really beautiful, and I'm excited to see this one grow, and we'll see what it does. From my experience with David Austin roses, the first year they don't really do much. They put on a lot of growth. Maybe I'll get a couple of blooms on this one. I'm not expecting more, but if we do get blooms on this one, I will share with you how this one does this season. So they just got planted last week, so they're settling in nicely. And on the other side of the trellis, I added another David Austin rose. This one is called Teasing, Georgia. So this is the one that I had ordered a couple of years ago, and they kind of sent me the wrong rose instead, a white one instead. So this year I was really happy to find this one at my nursery, and this one is called Teasing, Georgia. It has beautiful yellow blooms. Sorry, this tag is. So this one was going to have these beautiful yellow blooms. Again, this will get about the same size, 6 feet by 3. So I thought these would be really nice on both sides of the arbor, and add this beautiful yellow and orangey glow on this arbor here. So these are really gorgeous, and I love them, and I'm so glad I was able to find them and add them in my garden. A few more roses on this end that I added as well. So the first rose here is, I added 2 of these. These are called the Sally Holmes roses. So these have these beautiful clusters of blooms. As you can see, they are more single blooms, but they kind of bloom in clusters. The buds are more apricot, and then they turn into this beautiful white. And apparently this one will bloom almost like hydrangea clusters. So I'm really excited to see what this one is going to do. So I have 2 of these, and I thought they will create a nice presence, and hopefully I can, they can grow big, and I can just have them grow against this chain link fence. This here, that is a rose that I added called Mcartney rose. So this one, I don't have the tag for this one, but it is called the Mcartney rose. It is got these beautiful pink blooms, very blousy blooms, and it can get a fair size. I don't know in my climate if it's going to get that tall, but I think it'll get about at least 5 feet. Beautiful, nice bright pink blousy blooms, and they are supposedly have a very, very beautiful fragrance. So I'm excited to try this one out as well, and I'll keep you posted on when that blooms. So the last two roses that I want to share with you, this one is called Oh Happy Day, again a Kordes rose. It has more of this classic shape, and it's going to have these beautiful colors on it. I think it has sorry if the sun is kind of making it tricky to see this label, but it's fragrant, it's got a classic shape, and again it gets about 4 to 5 feet tall and about 3 feet wide, and it has pink and yellow blooms. So excited to kind of see this one bloom as well. I've had good experience with Kordes roses. They've been fairly healthy and really happy in my garden, so I'm excited to add a few more of these. And then the last rose I added is another pink rose. This one is called Carefree Wonder, I think. Yeah, it's called Carefree Wonder. Again, it has beautiful pink blooms. It is also fragrant, and it's hardy and disease resistant. And the flowers are pink, and it's going to get about 3 to 4 feet tall and wide as well. So really happy to add these. So I kind of wanted to give you a rundown of all the roses that I've added in my garden just last week. And if you're new to my channel and you want to learn about how to plant a rose, I did post a few videos on this channel about that, and I'll try and add those links up in the card above or in the description below, so you can easily find those if you want to know how to plant a rose. But for me, these were just planted last week, and they're new in my garden, new additions, so I thought I'd share them with you. I hope you enjoyed this video of with new roses in my garden. The garden is just coming to life, and I will walk around and show you in another tour what's blooming now as well. But this is a focused video on new roses that I added, and I hope you enjoyed them. Do you have some of these in your garden? Do let me know in comments below, because it'll be nice to know how they are doing for you in your garden as well. And I just love adding new roses to my garden, and these are the new ones that I recently added, and can't wait to share the blooms with you. And I hope everyone who's joining me today is having a fabulous day. And now I can go ahead and remove all these tags and yeah, so I hope everyone is enjoying this beautiful spring, and I certainly am. The weather here is up and down with lots of heat and cool, so the plants are doing well. And I just wanted to share this video with you today. So I hope to catch you in my next video. If you loved watching this video, do give it a thumbs up, and I will catch you in my next one. Thank you so much for watching, and have a fabulous day.